Hey all, my name is Paul Borosky and I am the owner of Quality Business Plan, and what I'd like to do today is introduce you all to my customizable financial projection template. Specifically for this video, what we're going to be doing is walking through how to use my customizable financial projection template for a family fun park. And as always, if y'all run into some issues and you need assistance with filling it in, or if you do want your business plan written by myself, I do charge additional for it above and beyond the template. So keep in mind you can work with the template by yourself, or if you want some professional assistance, please reach out, give me a call, send me a text, send me an email. Be absolutely delighted to assist. So before we get into that template, and let me tell you a little bit about me, then we're going to talk about you and your financial template needs for your family fun park. I am a professional writer, specifically business plans, ghostwriting, and I've also published books on Amazon, design finance courses, and so on. So I love to write, love to do financial models, love to do financial plans. So if y'all need some assistance that way, please pick up the phone, give me a call, send me a text. Again, love to help. I am, from an educational perspective, an adjunct professor, subject matter expert for both business and finance. So I do have some academic activities supporting my professional practices. So, from there, let's go ahead and let's talk about this template that I've concocted for y'all's entertainments. Let me go ahead and give you some set expectations properly. First and foremost, some no-nos. Please don't expect unlimited phone support. This is a template. This is, I am going to provide you with a video on how to use it. So if you get into a major rut, yes, I might be able to answer a quick question or two. But in general, there is no phone support to use for the template. Next is do not add lines or delete lines. If you start messing around with the template, it's going to break. There are financial calculations embedded all throughout. There are literally thousands of financial calculations in this template. So if you start monkeying with some of the calculations, expect ramifications for your results. Change formulas, please don't do it. Best practices: when you download this template, make sure to save a master copy of it in a separate file. This way, if you break the template accidentally, then you can go back to your master file and then you can go ahead and work off a clean template. If you do have a quick question or you run into something that you need some real quick assistance, give me a call. If it's something I can help you with real quick, I'd be delighted to do so if I got the time. If it's something that is going to be a little bit more in depth, there may be a charge for it. Have fun and play around with the template. It is designed to be user-friendly, so when you get in there and you start moving some numbers around, take a look and see what kind of ramifications happen when you change your prices for your products or services, or if you change your startup costs, or if you change your loan amount. See what's going to happen on your income statement and your balance sheet. And when you start playing around with your costs and your price points, you're going to be able to identify, or at least have a better understanding of what you should expect for your revenues and your costs and your profits based on manipulating this template. All right, so without further ado, once you purchase the template, and in just a few minutes I'll show you how to do that, but once you do purchase the template, what's going to happen is you are going to download an Excel file, and once you open it up, it's going to look like this. It's going to say Financial Template for Sale, a Family Fun Park. Then you're going to have some tabs. You're going to have an Information tab, a Profit and Loss tab for year 1, a Profit and Loss tab for year 2, an income statement, a balance sheet, an amortization schedule, and also depreciation. In the Information tab, when you change information on this tab right here, any information in here that you change, it's going to roll over to your Profit and Loss year 1, year 2, income statement, balance sheet, amortization schedule, and depreciation. So the beautiful thing about this template is that it's all the information you ever going to need to change is on one tab. In this particular version of the Family Fun Park financial template, what we start with daily sales. In this section right here, I've got it broken into an example of go-karts, a trampoline park, an arcade, and an admission. You can change these titles to whatever you like. If you have a batting cage instead of a go-kart, then change it to batting cage. If you have instead of a trampoline park, you have a putt-putt park, change it to putt-putt. The next thing you're going to do is this percent of sales. This is what's called your variable cost. And I'll go ahead and touch on that in just a minute. This next one right here is going to be your number. These are how many services you're going to sell in a day. So if you anticipate 25 people purchasing a golf cart, go-kart admission, then you would put 25 right here. The next is going to be your price. How much are you going to charge for admission to your go-kart? You're going to put that price here. This cost right here is what's called your variable cost. So for example, your variable cost, if your price for admission is $5 and gasoline for your go-karts is 75 cents, you are not going to change the 75 cents because we've got a calculation right here. What you're going to do is you're going to change this cell right here, the 15%. If gasoline goes up and you need to change this, enter 20, and then your variable cost changes. If it goes back down to 15%, you change that. Your variable cost changes as well. So you don't change this cost right here. You change it as a percentage. If you change this number here, you could do it, but it's going to make this aisle right here ineffective. Once you put in your number and your prices and you change your variable cost, then your costs, your profits, your total revenues are going to change as well. So you're only going to change this section right here for all of your variables or all the services that you offer for sale. And then it's going to calculate your cost, your profits, and then it'll also roll into your income statement, your balance sheet, and your profit and loss. The next section that you're going to fill in is going to be your labor. This salary right here is usually reserved for the CEO. So if you're going to pay yourself $2,500, put it there. If you're going to pay yourself more, well, put more. If you're going to pay yourself less, put less, and so on. Then right here, these two sections right here, you can go ahead and change these titles as you see fit. You can put manager here, and then you're going to have number of managers. You're going to have rate of pay for managers. This 172 is for, that represents 40 hours a week. If you're only going to work on 20 hours a week, well, then you would just take that 172, divide it by 2, and it'd be 86. You'd put 86 hours there. But this is based on a monthly basis. Same thing for the employees. I don't recommend breaking out your employees into 15 different categories, just because it's simpler just to deal with a straight up, real simple. How many employees you're going to have? You're going to have about 10 employees, and put 10. It's going to be 12, then put 12, and then do an average rate of pay, because we're doing projections here. We don't know what we're going to do tomorrow. It's impossible. I've been doing business plans for 10 years, and I don't know how many business plans I'm going to sell tomorrow. And it's just, let alone in 1 week, 1 month, 1 year. It's not possible. So just use estimates. And your employees, you're going to do about 10 employees. Average rate of pay, include your taxes as well. No need to go figuring out what the taxes are for, with your percentage of Social Security you have to pay and so on. Go a little bit high, use estimates, save yourself a lot of aggravation. It's still going to be a good estimate. So put the rate of pay here, and again, the hours here. For this section right here, it's going to be your startup cost. For your startup cost, it's going to be, the first two lines are going to be, how are you going to fund your company? You're going to do it through equity investments. If so, put your equity investment here. If you're going to take out a loan, put your loan amount here. Once you put your loan amount here, all the way down here, it's then going to calculate it's going to calculate your monthly payment. And if your monthly payment's for 30 years, keep it. If it's going to be for 10 or 15 years, then change your term right here. And then also change your interest rate. And then this information will again reflect into your financials. All right, so once we did that, now also underneath this section right here is going to be the categories for your startup cost. You may have to do a build out, you might have to modify the building to incorporate your trampoline park or your golf, your go-karts or your putt-putt golf or something like that. As you might also need, you're definitely going to need some money in your checking account working capital. That's the money that you're going to need to set aside to make sure that you keep the lights on until you can get your brand built up. And then you're going to have the other categories such as equipment, go-karts, trampolines. All these titles right here you can change. And when you change these titles, you can also change the dollar amounts. When you change the dollar amounts, for example, trampolines going to go from 15,000 to 20,000. You change it to 20,000. Well, this chart right here updates for you as well. Instead of trampolines, it might be putt-putt. So we'll put putt-putt. And once we do the putt-putt, that changes the trampolines from trampolines to putt-putt. So this graph is interchangeable for you. Next is going to be your fixed costs. Keep these fixed costs into these categories. Don't start adding more categories. This is important for it to roll into your financial projections, your profit and loss, year 1, year 2, and your income statement and such. If your rent right here, rent is going to be changeable. If it's $2,500, put $2,500. If it's going to be more, put $5,000 or whatever your number is going to be. And this graph also updates them automatically. Same thing with utilities, office expenses, insurance, accounting and legal, advertising, and then the wonderful catch-all other. That is, you don't want to have 50,000 different costs for your fixed cost. You want to keep it into nice broad categories, and your other is your catch-all for you. So those are going to be the main pieces of information you're going to want to change. This other information, I really wouldn't worry about it too much. I really wouldn't start messing with it too much. You have the opportunity to change your tax rate. I'd leave your cost of capital alone. Don't change that. And then here's the growth rates. These are pretty solid growth rates. I really wouldn't start messing with those if I were you. All right, so once you change this information here, what's going to happen is that this information is going to populate your pro forma income statement. This is broken into quarters. This is pro forma income statement for year 1, quarter 1. This is the same one for year 2, quarter 2, year 1, quarter 3, and so on. And then you have your profit and loss statements for year 1, year 2, year 2, quarter 1, year 2, quarter 2, year 2, quarter 3. And then on the income statement tab, this is going to be your income statement right here. And it's got a projection for the next 5 years. Excuse me. Balance sheet, same thing. The balance sheet is going to be here 5 years. And then your information on your amortization tab, as you change your loan amount, your amortization calculations will change. And then you've got a depreciation tab right here. So the beautiful thing is when you start changing around some of your prices, for example, we're at $799,895 for revenues year 1. If we go up here and change our go-karts from 25 to 26 people a day, we go over here to the income statement and we can see what happens to our projections. Our revenues jump up to 802,031 and our net income goes up as well. All right, so hopefully this information was helpful. And if y'all are interested in buying this template, what you can do is mosey on over to my website. And my website is qualitybusinessplan.com/financial projections for a business plan. And then what you'll do is you're going to go ahead and scroll down to a family projection template, Family Fun Park. And you're going to click on this little button right here. This says click here to buy now. Once you click there to buy now, you will be taken over to this page right here, which is qualitybusinessconsultant.com/product/Family Fun Park Financial Projection Template. And once you get here, just go ahead and purchase it, download it, and you'll be off to the races. So hopefully this information is helpful. As always, if the video was met your expectations, give me 2 thumbs up on YouTube and have a great rest of the day. Thank you.